Hi. It's me again. It's me again. Relaxing today. I hope everyone is doing fine today. You know I love my faux fur pillows, so I'm trying to get comfortable. I like my throws too. My husband bought me this throw the other day. I'm just in love with faux fur pillows and just faux fur and comfortable throws. I just love them. So let's talk happiness and self-confidence, self-esteem. I think they go hand in hand. Um, You may not. I do. I get asked all of the time, how am I so self-confident? How do I have so much self-esteem? And I have to be honest, I didn't always have confidence in myself. I didn't always have self-esteem. And it comes from a few things that I had to practice over and over and over again with myself and telling myself over the years. So I'm going to get comfortable here, kick off these Crocs. Um, and talk to you about self-esteem and happiness. And you may agree, may not agree, but share this video, like this video, comment below. Let's have a conversation. Hi there. Hi. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about self-confidence and self-esteem. I am Timo, if you didn't already know that. And this is Ghost. Say hi, Ghost. All right, let's talk about the 7 things you can do to build your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And I talk a lot about this because I teach this to my clients out of the gate when we first start working together, because your self-confidence is everything. If you don't have self-confidence, it shows through all areas of your life. So I really want everyone to have awesome and wonderful self-confidence. I teach that to my children. My husband and I are really big on that. I think we may have gone overboard with our first, Jaden, my son, our son. He's a bit arrogant, but he's sweet as pie. My daughter has good self-confidence as well. So, boom, boom, boom. I wrote them down so I would not forget because I have a lot going on today. And as you can see, I got my throws here, so let me get comfortable. Number one rule that I use, and I've taught others to build their self-confidence, is look directly into the mirror every morning and every night. So every morning before you get yourself together to go to work or go out that door, and every night before you go to sleep, tell yourself you love you and that you are beautiful. So look right into the mirror, stare at yourself and say, I love you, you are beautiful, okay? That's a must do. You have to love yourself. When you love yourself, your self-confidence will come up. Number 2, always hold your head up high and make eye contact. I don't care what environment I am in. I don't care if I'm walking into a room full of strangers or a room full of people that I am well acquainted with. I hold my head high and I make eye contact. I own that room. When I walk into a room, it can be a room full of strangers. It can be a room full of hateful folks. It can be a room full of people I've known for years. I own the room. And I do that by holding my head high and making eye contact. And I do a little, hey, how are you? How you doing today? Even with strangers. When I catch them staring at me, I don't get upset. I'm like, what are they looking at? Can't do that, beautiful. Don't do that. That should no longer be your response. Hi, how are you? How you doing? My name's Timova. Nice to meet you. And you are? Okay. Nice to meet you. Always make eye contact and hold your head high. Okay? Number 3, start being mindful of what you are putting into your body and how you are treating your body. People, when your body is feeling good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you what? What goes? You look good, okay? So start being mindful of what you're putting into your body and how you're treating your body. So start being aware of the food you're eating. Start being aware of how much time you're spending not moving around throughout the day. So start getting in 15 or 20 minutes of a workout or a brisk walk. Just do something to get that body moving. And then start being mindful of how you eat. I'm very, very, very aware and very particular about things that I eat. I eat healthy 92% of the time. I eat mostly plant-based. However, every now and again, I will have some fish, seafood, and turkey, okay? So be mindful of what you're putting in your body and how you're treating your body, okay? Number 4, be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. Be proud of who you are in this very moment and who you are becoming. A lot of times we can get bogged down into who we used to be or who we want to be You get bogged down into who you used to be when you were with this person, or how much nicer your life was, or how much better your life was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Let that go. Be proud of who you are right now and who you are becoming, okay? Number 5, and this is a big, big, big one, people. All of us have struggled with this, and many of you are probably still struggling with this. Forgive your old self. Forgive your former self. It is okay to forgive yourself. A lot of times we've made mistakes. We all have made mistakes in the past. We have all done things that we may have been ashamed of or didn't think out. It's okay. Do not hold on to that, because when you hold on to that and you continue to hold a grudge against yourself, you don't allow yourself to evolve, and you don't allow you to be you right now, okay? So forgive yourself. Let that hurt go. Forgive yourself. Forgive your former you, and give yourself a hug when you do that. Again, forgive yourself. It is okay. No one is perfect, but you have to let that go in order to be the best you. And when you let that hurt go, and when you let that guilt go, and when you let all of that resentment you have towards yourself go, man, that self-confidence just starts coming through the pores, okay? So forgive your former self. The next one, and yes, I did write them down, type them up, so I would not forget. Know your worth and add tax. Because when you know your worth, you'll start valuing yourself. Know your worth and add tax. And I know it sounds cliche and people say it all the time, but it's true. When you know your worth, you value yourself, and you won't fall for any okie doke. You will start requiring more to gain access to you. You will requiring people to be of a certain behavior to have access to you. You will not allow people to treat you a certain way. You will no longer be put on hold or paused by certain people who you put ahead, okay? And when you know your worth and add tax, and you start valuing yourself, you will not fall for any old person who winks at you, and you won't fall for someone else's person. Because that's a self-confidence issue too. When you start dealing with someone else who belongs to someone else, or who is married or what have you, regardless of what they say, that's an issue with yourself. And when you know your worth and you know your value, you won't fall into that foolishness, and you won't fall into that trap. Nor will you fall into any old person winking at you and then you're in love. I know people who are in love every other week because someone winked at them, and then they're heartbroken the next week because this person is no longer with them. Then they're posting all these memes on social media about love and how you're supposed to treat love. They're putting Keisha Cole, song quotes up, and Deborah Cox. Lord. Y'all know somebody like that. You can look at your timeline right now and somebody's quoting, oh, the love should have been loved this way and loved again, and the love should have, all of that dumb craziness, okay? So know your worth and add tax. And number 7, and the final thing, you hear the click, 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 click of ghosts? The final thing, do not depend on others and other things for your confidence and happiness, because I think happiness and confidence kind of go hand in hand. Do not rely on people on social media. Do not rely on strangers on social media. Do not rely on the person who winks at you. Do not rely on things. Things are not going to build your confidence, although they may make us feel good. It feels good to dress nice or whatever, but do not rely on them. Do not rely on other people and strangers to make you feel good about you and your self-confidence, okay? So again, let's run through the 7 things that I do and I teach others and I've taught my children. And if you're ever around me, you know how it is. These are the 7 things that you can do, that I do, that will help you grow your self-confidence and your self-esteem, and then your happiness ultimately. Number 1, look yourself in the mirror every morning and every night and tell yourself, I love you. You are beautiful. Number 2, always hold that head up and make eye contact when you walk into a room or when you're speaking to someone, and own the room. That is also very important in business, that you make eye contact. That builds trust, that builds respect. So hold your head high and make eye contact at all times. Do not do this. And when you hold your head high and you make eye contact and you, hi, how are you? What's your name? You don't worry about, oh, she's hating or he's hating, he's staring at me. They could be admiring you from afar. Okay? And when you reach a certain age, you should not be caring about who's hating, and that's childish. If someone is staring at you, they're admiring you from afar. And so you hit them with, hi, I'm Timova. Who? Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, honey. Okay, let's go. You have to start owning who you are. And part of that is holding your head high and making eye contact and owning that room when you walk in it. 3, start being mindful of what you're putting into your body and how you are treating your body. Because when you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you feel good. And with both of those things, your self-confidence grows, okay? So start being mindful of what you're putting in your body. If you're putting in a lot of trash in there, change that. If you are not getting enough exercise or treating that temple like it should be, start implementing exercise in there. 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, okay? What number are we on, y'all? 4, be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. Be proud of who you are in this very moment, if you can be. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that right now, whatever, but be proud of who you are right now in this very moment and who you are becoming. And that I say that because a lot of times we get hung up on, and a lot of you get hung up on who you used to be 10 years ago, who you used to be when you were with that person, who you used to be when you worked here, where you lived there. You long for that past. And I think that prevents you from being able to appreciate the now. So be proud of who you are in this very moment and who you are becoming, okay? And number 5, which ties to that, forgive your old self. Forgive your former self. We've all made mistakes. We've all done dumb stuff. We've all done things that we've regretted or what have you. Forgive your former self, okay? It's okay. Forgive your former self and then give yourself a hug when you do so. And number 6, know your worth and add tax, okay? Know your worth and add tax. And when you know your worth and add tax, you will start to value yourself. And that's the big thing. Know your worth, add tax, and then you will start to value yourself. And number 7, and the final thing, do not depend on anyone or anything for your health, happiness, and to feel good about yourself, okay? When you start depending on you, instead of looking for strangers to make you feel good, instead of depending on this or that to make you feel good, you will start to feel this self-appreciation, okay? And in part of that self-appreciation, that confidence will grow, okay? So that's it, guys. Thank you.